Good morning. Today is 1st of July and we came yesterday quite late in the evening to do some harvesting, and I started a video on that, but actually we had to run because of the rain we had, and really didn't even have time to put everything together. I've left half of the veg we harvested behind. So today I've changed my mind, and today we're gonna do our tomato review. Where are we with our tomatoes? And also I will post some of the harvesting we've done over the last couple of days. Okay, so this is how our polytunnel looks at the moment, and this is now without the excess tomatoes. They are quite, I'm about 5'4", and they are, some of them are higher than me now. Well, mind you, they are 30 centimeters off the ground. So the first ones are Kellogg's Breakfast, and they have some of the lower tresses. Let me see. No, that is not rod blossom, that's just very odd looking thing, sorry. And that is that rod blossom? That could be. Well, we will have to administer calcium somehow. We will see how that progresses. It's got masses of tresses here all the way to the top. I've got to have a look if we can do something about it. This one next to it is Brandywine Red, and I don't know, they don't seem to really suffer with the same. There's lots of tresses on that, you know, because that is not a rod blossom, that's just very odd flower end. Assuming that this is not a rod blossom, they're doing incredibly well. This one is Cody Bear. I don't even need to look at the label because they have these wonderful shapes, and obviously they're looking very healthy, and there is loads of them set on many branches, and these are my favorites, so I'm very pleased about that. These are the Cherokee Purple. So I've got two of each in this section. No, that's not a rod blossom, that's just the end of the flower. And let me have a look. No, that's again just an end of the flower. And what we've got here, the next one here with considerably smaller ones at the moment is Azoichka. These are the very beefsteak, or this one definitely has a rod blossom, but not every single one of them. So I don't, that one does, that one doesn't. So I need to look into that. I will obviously cut off all the fruit with rod blossom for simple reason, there's no point growing these. And the last one in that row is Costata Fiorentina, and and these are, I think, 3 seeds. This seems to be Costata Fiorentina. This reminds me a little bit of Marmande. This seems to be absolutely fine. So we have also a few tomatoes on this side. So let's just have a look what we've got here. So that one is Tigerella setting fruit, and I think that's probably Tigerella as well. And then we have Black Russian. They're still quite small. No rod blossom on Black Russian. And this one, let's just see what that says, is also Black Russian. Also no blossom issues. This one might be, I can't see what it is, but could be Roma. That could be Roma. And this is another one of Roma. And that one must be probably tigerella. So these guys are all in a poly, and they're gonna stay in this poly. I can see they require some watering and some feed. The weekend or Fridays are the feeding days. Okay, so here we are in a tomato bed, which is the Crimson Crush. They have been supported by these string things, and as you can see, loads of tomatoes set on those. But I've planted borage with them, and I will have to say I won't continue with that because the borage took over. Obviously enjoyed that bed so much. I've got more borage than tomatoes, so I will have to prune some of that borage. Anything which is encroaching on the tomato space is gonna get pruned. I mean, look, this is borage which starts on the other side of the bed and is taking completely over. Well, obviously the bee is loving it. We're lovely tomatoes, you know, which we have masses of, and the food for the bees. And these are San Marzano, and obviously they've set beautifully. These are the very elongated, meaty ones. For I can see that one of them is not San Marzano. Something else has crept in and is delivering different type of tomato. How they need to look is, I think, the long ones. So as they were all labeled San Marzano, like this one, you know, that's the typical one. This could be Marmande or something else which were mislabeled. Well, that's a tomato saga. There is always something happening. However, everything is laden with tomatoes. Wonderful. We will clear those paths. The oxide daisies are coming out this weekend. Because I can't even pass. The poppies are coming out. I'm cutting out the lettuce here and see what's what. I'm gonna harvest that lovely kohlrabi, and let's just have a look what else we've got tomato wise. So tomato wise, what have I got? And let's see if we still have the labels on them. So I've got 12 tomatoes here, like this one. This one is Sun Gold, and it's setting the lovely little tresses here. So Sun Gold is here. I've got several which I left as because they are determinate tomatoes, like these Romas. So I let them grow as a bush. This one is Marmande. So, oh look, that's got blossom rot. I don't get it. Why one has a blossom rot and the other one doesn't? And it's usually the earlier one. So that would be it about the tomatoes. All in all, I think the tomatoes are doing well. We have blossom rot, and we had blossom rot last year. That didn't prevent us from having magnificent harvests. And I say magnificent, I mean magnificent. So once these tomatoes are taken off, obviously all the energy goes into those which don't have a blossom rot, and I think it's just the beginning of this, the first stages where tomatoes are establishing and they're already forming the fruit, and you know they actually don't absorb that calcium very well. I will, however, put some eggshells. They are now on a feeding sort of regime, so that should get sorted out quickly. And now I will do some harvesting, and there are some clips from harvesting today and yesterday, and well, I hope you enjoyed that bit as well. that's a decent size span. I think these probably are rocket. Consider that I never earthed them. They've just been grown in the hay, so to speak, and we will let that hay decompose further. That's not a bad return. Well, ideally, I want to clean the rocket patch. There's a little bit of scabbing, but obviously that's all right. It has been dried. So this is my little haul of potatoes from about 4 plants of the four potatoes of the rocket, and I just made enough space now to plant the remainder of the sweet corn there, and I see if I still have any cucumbers to plant there in between. In the meantime, Nigel is trying to cut to size polycarbonate pieces, and I think he's done the window, and now is the door, and well, I leave him to it because it is quite nerve-wracking, all that measuring and cutting to size. Okay, so we are halfway through the broad bean harvest. I think these are probably the not grano violetto. This is the masterpiece green. And although we did not suffer, as you can see, some of them still have tips on, very much with black fly. In fact, we haven't suffered at all. You know, at this stage, even if you have small beans on the top, well, the likelihood of maturity is, look, they go slightly brown and so on. So at this stage, everything needs to come off, and I'm going to take this home today and finish that tomorrow, and this bed is going to go under leeks. Now, I think this sweet peas will enjoy that because it's going to get a little bit more light, and so will the I think there is some on the edge planted celeriac, and I will harvest the parsley. I picked some today, and move that frame forward and be able to cover the leeks properly. But this is all gonna happen tomorrow. Well, this is what I just harvested, what came harvestable within the last I don't know. I've just seen another one. Within the last 5 days, I missed you. Nigel has already left for lunch, and well, I shall join him shortly and sort out all the stuff that we harvested, and well, tomorrow is another day. So from us here at the allotment in the field, all the very best for the gardening week ahead, and hopefully see you again. Goodbye.